Stop because last time I was up there visiting him, he was walking around his house singing about himself, and I just thought this has to stop, you know. My mother's still waiting for her song. She doesn't have one yet. I'm working on it. I've told you all about my father a few different times. Yeah, he's a real character, my dad. But this is a song about my Uncle John, and my father's whole side of the family was really rough. They were all the women too. They were just really tough people. They were, you know, they were very poor. My father grew up really poor. Grew up part of his life on the porch of his house because they didn't have room for him in the house, so he just lived on the porch in New Hampshire in the winter. Seriously, that's where his bed was. And my great uncle was a heavyweight boxer, a professional heavyweight boxer. He's in the you know, if you look up the boxing records, he's in there and everything. He fought during the 30s, and my grandfather boxed when he was in the Army, and my Uncle Fred was in the he was in the Air Force, and then when he got out, he was actually Golden Gloves champion of New Hampshire, which is not, you know, it's just New Hampshire, but still pretty good. And he turned pro. He was a professional middleweight fighter. My father boxed when he was in the Marines, and so these are all obviously really tough guys. But the toughest of them all was my Uncle John. I clearly take it after my mother's side of the family. Yes, I already know, Brent. You don't need to. I know what you're thinking. You don't need to tell me. I know. I already know this. You should have seen my father's face when I was 15 and told him I wanted to be a singer-songwriter. He looked at me like I was a pink hammer. Like he was thinking, I'll keep it, but I'd rather have a different one. I don't think he said a word. I think he just went, But this is a song about my Uncle John, and my Uncle John was just crazy, and he had this crazy group of feral kids, and he'd bring over to the house, and it was always just absolute chaos. Whenever anything to do with Uncle John happened, it was just chaos, and they would do stuff. This is no joke. When I was a little kid, when I was like 8 years old or something, they would get like all the cousins over the house, and Uncle John would like make a boxing ring in the backyard. You know what I mean? Like you'd get arrested for doing something. You know, they'd just put the gloves on us and tape them on. Get in there, fight them. You know? These little kids would be in there swinging away. That was my Uncle John. He was just a wild man. There was a big family fight about 30 years ago. He hasn't spoken to anybody in the family since. For 30 years, he refuses to speak to anybody in the family. They don't even know what they're fighting about. They don't. Obviously, 30 years. How could you even remember? But anyway, they all got their different stories. But most people have one of these uncles in their family, or they are that uncle in their family. Will you be our honorary Uncle John this evening, Mark?
I'm here.
Uncle John works out in the woods. He'd do something else if he could. Got a chainsaw and a box of shims. Don't like people, they don't like him. Drinks his beer from a can, his bottles break. 9 fingers for one mistake. Got a flannel shirt, Carhartt pants. Ain't never been to a singles dance. Uncle John, he's not gone. He's in the woods where he belongs. 2 daughters and a bunch of sons. I can only remember some. When he's using the saw, he'll take the chew, 'cause he can't and smoke power tools. Uncle John, he's not gone. He's in the woods where he belongs. Let the boys drive the truck when he had a little too much, but they were too small to change gears. It was one to shift and one to steer. We ain't seen him since the big fight. Nobody knows now who was right. No one remembers what the fuck. We're not the kind of people who make up. Uncle John, he's not gone. He's in the woods where he belongs. He's in the woods where he belongs. He's in the woods where he belongs.
Well, Uncle John says thank you.